Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday the 18th of March. I'm going to actually start with a dollar index, so just switching here across to the dollar index. I don't often show this because it's an inverted euro to a large extent, but at times it breaks out a little bit further, and I just thought I'd show you this. This is dailies, and we are currently breaking the sort of highs. These highs were reached back in late February, so we've broken those highs at the moment, and it looks like we can continue. Some people were sort of saying, well, the dollar's got far too strong or whatever else. Well, it's only, as I say, back to where things were in late Feb, so you've got to just bear that in mind. So it could well push on further. It did have obviously quite a large sell-off leading through to early March, but it could go further yet, and it's worth bearing that in mind. Just coming back to coming out to a monthly, and you can see the sort of highs of 102, and I would imagine if it starts getting up there, there'll be people feeling quite uncomfortable if it starts getting into that area more so than where it is at this stage. As I said, we're pretty much around these levels previously. Okay, so just to bear that in mind more so. Anyway, getting on with the trading for today then. Looking at the euro dollar, and selling off again yesterday. Ended up selling off quite strongly. Looks like it may have further downside here. It's a bit of a shame because throughout the Asian session there we saw a bit of a rally going in the late US session into the Asian session. Sort of started running a little bit there, but never quite caught into its daily pivot here, but already put a bearish pivot swing in. That's been triggered, looking like it's possibly further downside. Need to just watch around these lows. They were defended quite a bit yesterday. It's right into a monthly pivot there. Just need to watch around those lows there and see if it does go this time. Well, we could be going again. We need to come out here and look at the lows that we saw back in February. So you see this at the moment, the euro is sort of quite a long way away from where the dollar index is. Dollar index was topping out. If you look at it invertedly, the euro's still got some way to potentially go here, so which will push the dollar index up further as well, of course. So from where we're sitting here, the February lows are potential, but we'll just see how things ride out this morning to see if I can get into a position. At the moment, it's pretty much gone without me. We might get into another retracement. We'll see what happens when it gets to this monthly pivot. The pound has switched to the pound here, and scroll out into this daily view first, and again making major new lows. Coming out to here with the pound and looking at the monthly picture here, we're back to sort of the 219 lows, the 216, 17 sort of lows there. Pretty much there's nothing stopping these run off further at the moment, it would appear. It's getting a real bash in into its monthly S4 at this stage. But as I say, it does look like it could continue. Unfortunately, again, it's for me this morning. Personally, I was looking late last night. I thought, I bet that'll pull up to the. Oh, I say bet it will. There's a reasonable chance of it pulling back to its pivot every day, high probability. But it did it in the wrong time, and it's just sold off straight off early this morning here. So again, would need to watch out for these. Need to watch out for the double bottoms there, but. As there would be divergence if this hit the S1s on this 60-minute time frame, but these markets are weak and may just see a continuation. But I need to get some sort of potential retracement of some value out of these to sell into. Dollar yen, it has been a bit more messy. It's yesterday pushed back up as one might have expected here. It's pushing up. There's a bit of a gap there still to be filled. Mentioned it yesterday, never quite got there, but could well be the potential. So 107.31 around about the end of this bar here may set us up with a bit of a continuation back to those prior highs, if nothing else. There's but saying that's only 18 pips in it. Dollar yen hasn't been moving anywhere near the same volatility we've seen in the euro and the pound. But as I said, it could continue that. It could push on through past that those prior highs. That's 500. It looks like a half decent target again. Got caught yesterday. Well, maybe see that pass and run into the R1 sort of area. So and beyond, as I say, into those other prior highs. Okay, Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, well, just continued. Pretty much, we need to just come out here to see how things are. You're really going back to way back to 2008 again. We were talking about it, I think it was early in the last couple of weeks, where it's breaking some lows, but there you are, it's right into those key lows, sitting there and not looking like it's really letting up too much. Again, it's a case of having to, if you want to get into this, I'm wary about these lows at the moment because of the divergence is sitting there. It may just break through the divergence and continue. But again, I want to set, if I want to be trading on the short side, I just need a retrace to be selling into. So it looks like it may be a game of patience this morning, and I'm not referring to the card game. Okay, well, you could be playing that whilst you're waiting. Okay, so we've got the divergence effectively looking on this Canadian dollar and daily, so I skipped that. It's extremed, it's pushed up well beyond, it never really had anything of a pullback beyond that bar, and even then it put a higher low in, so looks like it's got further upside potential here, again coming out to the monthlies to get an idea of where we've been before. Again, looking, well, here 2016, looking for the highs at that potential to be hit at some stage. It's really is just pushing on through at this stage, and well, continuation certainly potential. As I say, just watch out for these divergences. Again, with all these currencies at the moment, the way they're sitting, first thing here this morning, I'm looking, thinking I could really do with a retrace. It may be some of those retracements pulled back a little bit more. These markets arguably have got oversold, etc., etc., but say little I can do at this stage, and it's a case of patience. As I say, we'll just come back to this euro, just wait and see what comes of this. If this pulls back now, we're just running into 8 o'clock as I'm speaking here. If it does manage to push on beyond this level, maybe we'll get a sell point to come later this morning. That's it for me. Have it all news-wise. I might as well talk about news as I started talking about it. So. Today the key news really is nothing. We've already had the retail sales out in Australia, which came in well better than expected at plus 0.4. With all the idiots stocking up over in the UK, I expect retail sales to be pretty high over here as well, particularly in toilet paper. Seriously though, other news today, we've got Canadian data coming out, inflation. Realistically, I don't care what it comes out at, I don't think it's going to make a significant difference. And at 9:45 we've got the GDP for New Zealand this evening, but again, these figures, I think in the current situation, they're the least of interest to people. Have a great day, safe trading, bye for now.